everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from Project Spearhead. Yes, we are back once again, but this time with the Caradron Overlords. Yes. Now, today we're going to be painting up some Arkanaut Company, and we're going to be doing them in the style of Barak Mhornar. Or more specifically, we're going to be doing them in the style of Barak Mhornar as dictated by Drekki Flynt, who was a little bit brighter than some of the previous kind of source material for Barak Mhornar. They're usually quite dark blue, but we're going for a kind of mid blue. It's not like bright blue, but it's a mid blue, and that's what we're going to be painting up today. So we're going to be painting over across of these 5 Arkanaut Company. We do have the entire 10 to do, but we're just going to be focusing on these 5 for the purposes of the video, because they're the ones with the interesting stuff. So they've all been primed in grey Seer, and then we're going to grab our paints and our brushes and be right back. So the colour we're going to be using first on our Arkanaut Company is Skeleton Horde, and we're going to be applying this over the top of all of their clothes, starting just down here on the leg. And then working our way around the rest of the model. So with all that Skeleton Horde applied, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of the leather details, such as the boots, gloves, pouches and belts. So with all of that then done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Stormfiend, and we're going to apply this over the top of all of their armour. So with all that Stormfiend applied, we're then going to take some Flesh Tearers Red, and we're going to apply this over top of any soft grips on any weapons. So this will mostly be things like their axes and this guy's thing. So that's all done. It's now time to work on the metallics, of which there are 3 different ones. So the colour we're going to be using first is some thinned down Leadbelcher, and we're going to be applying this over the top of a number of different details. So the first thing we're going to do is going to apply this over the top of any barrels of weapons and blades and stuff like that. Just like this sort of thing. Like that. What we're also going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of the kind of main structures of their backpacks. They're always kind of divided into two separate kind of entities. So you see these like kind of pressure gauge and this bit here. That's the bit we're not going to be doing this over the top of. As well as the kind of venty bit in the middle. Like that. We've got areas such as this little loop here. We've got the bits on the underside of the boots. And then what we're also going to do is any kind of vents or grills or pipe work on the helmets. We're also going to apply this over. So with that then done, we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour and we're going to apply this over the top of a lot of the kind of decorative details, but also over quite a few of the mechanical details on things like the weapons and stuff like that. So we're going to apply this all over the top of the ornamental beard, like that. We've got the kind of visor around the helmet. We have the belt buckle. Like so. However, we're going to leave this shoulder. I'm going to apply this over the top of the remaining areas on the pistol. And on the weapon. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Runelord Brass and we're going to apply this over top of those remaining metallic sections on the backpack. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to add some shades. And the first of these is going to be some Tyran Blue. I'm going to apply this over the top of all of the blue. But, as some of you might have noticed, we've got a couple of sections that have been left without any colour. And that's because these are going to be our white areas that we're going to shade with Tyran Blue as part of that. So we have the shoulder guards on this guy. Including that little circle that is on all of their right shoulder guards. So here. Like that. And similarly we have the shoulder here. Like that. So with all that Tyran Blue applied, we're then going to take some Guilliman Flesh. I'm going to use this to shade all of the gold and all of the brass. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil. I'm going to use this to shade all of this silver. So with those shades applied, our Arkanaut Company are now at what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. And as you can see, they're looking pretty cool. But we're not going to leave them there. Of course we're not. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take them to the next level, and we're going to do this by adding some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be some thinned down Lothern Blue. I'm going to use this to highlight all of the blue. So start down here on the foot. And work our way around. So with all that Lothern Blue applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Gorthor Brown and use this to highlight the leather. So with that Gorthor Brown applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Corax White. We're going to use this to highlight any white details, but also to pick out any of these little rune devices. So with that Corax White applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour once again. And over the top of any kind of smooth, like kind of ball areas, like this one here, we're just going to reapply it, like this. This one here as well, on this weapon. Like that. And like that. So with that all done, our next port of call is to take some thinned down Liberator Gold. And we're going to use this now to highlight all of the gold. So with all that Liberator Gold applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Canoptek Alloy. I'm going to use this to highlight the bits that we did with Runelord Brass. And so with that Canoptek Alloy all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. I'm going to use this to highlight all the silver. Just a little bit heavy on that corner. Just going to come in with a clean brush and just mop it up. So with all of those metallics now highlighted, what we're going to do is we're going to finish off the model by taking some Blood Angels Red. And we're going to use this over the top of all of his lenses. And so with their bases now complete, our Arkanaut Company are all finished and ready to, well, jump in the boats and head off to war, or in pursuit of contracts and oaths and grudges, stuff like that. I need to brush up on my Arkanauts and my Caradron Overlord's lore, so that I can do these intros a little bit more effectively. But I really enjoyed this. I think they look great, and they'll look especially fantastic with Drekki Flynt. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.